Hey, it's Andre and it's time for another Friday flying update. A little cub? You're looking at the flight test Simple Cub. We built this up last weekend. Myself and Martin had a really good time. It's actually a simple build. And this weekend it's going to go flying. Now we're looking at 13 to 15 kilometer-hour winds Saturday and Sunday. So I'm thinking it's going to be the high wings and planes that deal really well with the winds. So Tundra is going to come out, and I'm probably going to bring out the Commander as well, since I've got those batteries all charged up. This guy is flying on the flight test seat pack, and I do have some big Tundra tires to have some fun with. I don't know how it's going to work or if it's going to be too draggy, but I suspect with some 3S 1300s and the right CG, this thing will be a hoot. I will probably try and set it up with a 3S 2200, but I think I'm going to need some tail weight, so I might just add in a little bit of a tail wheel or something just to help that. But overall, right now, I'm impressed. So next thing to do is to fly it, make sure everything is the way I'm supposed to go with. I got a little 6-channel Orange RX Spectrum radio in there, and see how it handles the wind, and then break out the can of paint and see what color we're going to put this thing on. I don't know if I'm going to go with very much like the Sea Duck and do the yellow with the rondelles and more of a Canadian Forces theme, or if I'm going to have some fun. But overall, I didn't put the pants on it. I did put the dihedral wings in, but I do have the sea pack, so it does have plenty of oomph to go with it. So maybe we'll put James under the buddy box with it one day. Speaking of things that have come in for, well, not even review, but I picked up a bunch of these guys. They are smaller battery pack, LiPo battery containers than I thought, but I did pick up a few of them. So now I can, put the, I like putting like all my 3S zippy Combecs together. So I probably can use a bag or two and put those in, and just that extra layer of protection and organization. So I'm looking forward to setting all that up. Outside of that, it's going to be just a simple flying weekend. Yes, last weekend I did fly the Commander on the grass, and you will see some of that footage. It works and does not work. It lands, but as soon as those wheels get a little too much grass underneath the, a little bit too much resistance near the wheel pants, it just noses over. Takeoff was fine, so I'm almost wondering how it handles it with no wheel pants and maybe slightly bigger wheels, but that's always the case in a plane like that. So I do think it's going to handle skis really well, but that plane might come out this weekend since I've got those 3S 4000s all charged up. Run a couple batteries through that. Speaking of other cool things, the micro review from Great Hobbies went really well. I do have to return the B17 and drop into the store to pick up some foam tack. And the F22 is going to stay with James and I on a long-term review. So James gets to do some more flying, and me, I'll read the manual because apparently there are other advanced modes in that plane can do. So my statement about being in a little bit limited is false. So sorry about that, and yeah, I should have read the manual, I guess, but I was having fun flying it. We will get some more footage of that when the weather is more conducive and I can get James out to fly with me, and again, some buddy box option. I did repair the Radian. Didn't use foam tack as well. I was out, but I used Gorilla Glue, and that really did a nice job of filling in the gap where the foam had been eaten away on my poor Radian during one of the Flight Fest attacks. So it is back and ready to go, and I look forward to flying that again on better conditions. Unfortunately, the wind is just no fun to fly the Radians in the wind. Speaking of Flight Fest, Flight Fest South 2017 is sort of been announced. If you listen to the Flight Fest podcast from last weekend, they talk about it happening in Florida, Lake Wales, first weekend in November. Speaking of Florida, that hurricane is coming quick. So all my friends, I hope you stay safe and do stay in touch. That is pretty well all I have for this evening and the Friday flying update for another day in September. But hey, thanks for watching. Thanks for liking. Thanks for subscribing. Have a fantastic weekend. See you at the field.